I got a comment on one of my videos that made me stop and think about it for a minute, but he actually makes a lot of sense. So about a week ago, I made a video talking about stealth aircraft, B-2, B-21, and other large bombers when they should come to War Thunder, like the B-1 and B-52, and when we would see more bombers in general. I got a comment that basically summed up that they don't want to see things like the B-2 and B-21 and B-1 and B-52 arrive to War Thunder in ground RB because they'd level entire maps. It got me thinking that, yeah, actually that is true. Things like the B-52 and B-1 can absolutely level entire maps, and honestly, I kind of get what they're saying. So the issue that I see in what this guy has obviously also seen by leaving the comment is that things like the B-2, B-52, B-1, B-21, etc., all of these modern American aircraft have standoff weaponry that are able to level entire maps. So really, what is the counter to this? I mean, obviously the first big counter people think of is SAM systems. Well, here's the truth, is if Gaijin wants to make SAM systems usable against stealth aircraft, like good against stealth aircraft, it's just going to be very questionable in general on how they decide to model that. Obviously, as we've seen in modern conflicts, the B-2 is not detectable to modern SAM systems. You can, again, comment whatever you want, but we've clearly seen how that goes in Iran. And it's just, yeah, basically invisible to enemy radars. So if Gaijin does make, you know, radar systems or SAM systems like the S-400 be able to actually take down stealth aircraft, I personally don't think they will, but we'll have to wait and see. And then things like the B-52 and B-1 you would think would be more counterable to enemy aircraft and enemy SAM systems, which is true. But things like the B-52 and B-1, they have very different weapon engagement ideas. The B-52 was originally intended to, you know, be like most bombers. Play very high, or be very high, drop heavy payloads, things like the B-17 in World War II. The B-1 was made to fly under enemy radars, deliver payloads including nuclear. This was eventually taken away when the B-1B Lancer entered service. But to, you know, deliver high heavy payloads at high speeds at very low altitudes like the F-111. The B-52 then transitioned into a standoff weapon system. What I mean by this is the B-52 now carries a crap ton of standoff weapons. It's even been outfitted with Tomahawk cruise missiles. So the plane itself, it does not need to necessarily ever be in harm's way outside of maybe enemy aircraft. Which again, when we have things like the F-35 and F-22, this kind of just takes away the risk of that. So it really just begs the question is, how do modern bombers fit into ground RB? And really, I don't have a great answer. Obviously, if Gaijin makes stealth effective, what is going to be able to counter a B-21 dropping laser-guided weaponry from 100 miles away, or guided weaponry from 100 miles away? Really nothing. And then vice versa. Say they make it where, you know, it is counterable, but what are they going to do to stop the B-52? Enemy aircraft? Well, what is going to be escorting B-52s? It just, there's really no perfect way to fit in enemy bombers, and this video is more of a question video. I'm genuinely curious what you guys think, and how you guys think Gaijin's going to implement modern bombers into War Thunder. I think, personally, what I think is going to end up happening is they're just going to seriously not add the weaponry. I mean, think about it on a, you know, point of view from Gaijin. They don't have to add these weapons to the game. They really don't. These standoff weapons that the B-52 and B-1 and B-2 all implement. And that is unfortunate, but it does make sense. The doctrine between America bombers and other countries' bombers, it's such a large gap it isn't even funny. Russia still flies conventional bombers, they fly with conventional weapon systems. It's hilarious the difference between something like a Tu-160 or a T-95, Tu-95, and a B-1 and B-52. It's just hilarious that, to me personally, I just find it hilarious that they're so different. I do want to know what your thoughts are, like I said, obviously. I kind of want to see what people are thinking in terms of modern bombers, and if they should get added to the game or not, or at least be limited in ground RB. Personally, I can't wait to play the B-52 and B-1 in ground RB, but we'll have to obviously wait and see. Like I said, let me know your thoughts down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. Make sure to join the Discord that's linked down below in the description. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.